The Dark Side of Kindness 8. Surprising Ways Excessive Generosity Can Harm You. Scrolls of Memory. Seneca once said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. But what if this very kindness becomes a double-edged sword?" Welcome to Stoic In Your Life, where today we delve into a seldom discussed aspect of generosity. We often hear praises sung for those who give selflessly, who place others' needs above their own. Yet rarely are we cautioned about the hidden perils that lurk beneath excessive kindness. In a world that doesn't always reciprocate our generosity, there are those who find themselves drained, not just financially, but also in spirit, by giving too much, too often. Can this well-intentioned generosity inadvertently jeopardize our own well-being? Prepare to uncover the startling downsides of kindness and how it can unexpectedly backfire. In this episode, I will unveil the 8 surprising consequences of being overly generous and share 4 Stoic strategies to safeguard yourself from being exploited. So, without further delay, let's explore the first of these eye-opening revelations. People will only expect you to give them something. In navigating the complexities of life and relationships, particularly for men aged 30 to 65, it's crucial to understand the balance between giving and maintaining one's own well-being. The Stoics, ancient philosophers revered for their wisdom, teach us that true value lies in acting with virtue and reason, not merely in fulfilling others' expectations. As Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This quote encapsulates the essence of Stoicism and is particularly relevant when considering the dynamics of giving and receiving in relationships. Humans, as creatures of habit, naturally adapt to routines and the environment around them, leading to the formation of a comfort zone. This adaptation can be seen in the way people come to expect continuous generosity if it's given consistently. Such expectations can lead to a situation where others may rely too heavily on your support, neglecting their own responsibilities and obligations. This not only creates an imbalance in the relationship, but can also lead to a depreciation of your own self-worth. It's a common pitfall to undervalue oneself, especially when the focus is constantly on meeting the needs of others. However, it's unlikely that those who benefit from your generosity will encourage you to prioritize your own needs as they've become accustomed to their personal Robin Hood. The key is to practice moderation in giving. By doing so, you maintain control over your actions and prevent the erosion of your emotional well-being. It's about finding a harmonious balance where your generosity does not lead to self-neglect or enable others' dependency. This approach not only preserves your own virtue and reason, as the Stoics would advise, but also encourages those around you to fulfill their own duties and responsibilities. In the modern world, where the pace of life is fast and demands are high, such wisdom is invaluable. It guides us to live a life that is both fulfilling and balanced, ensuring that our relationships are healthy and mutually beneficial. Your priorities will be trampled upon. The Stoics, with their deep wisdom, remind us that setting boundaries and prioritizing our own responsibilities is crucial. It's about maintaining balance and not sacrificing our authenticity and well-being for others. Imagine this. You're constantly pouring your energy into fulfilling others' priorities. But have you ever stopped to consider what you're running from within yourself? What feelings stir in you when you face solitude during a weekend alone, or when you return to an empty home? This scenario often stems from an urge to escape from ourselves, leading to a double-edged sword. On one side, you're inevitably going to confront your inner self, and on the other, your mood worsens as you neglect your own priorities for others. Here lies the essence of self-care, a cornerstone of well-being. Before extending comfort to others, it's vital to ensure you're content, pampered, and well taken care of. Picture this. Never hand out a chocolate without first savoring one yourself, and don't offer to clean a friend's house without first enjoying your own tidy space with a good movie and a glass of wine. You come first, then the rest of the world. Let's draw a parallel to a story from ancient times. Imagine a wise sage who, before advising his disciples, would first reflect on his own life, ensuring his actions and thoughts were in harmony. This sage knew that to guide others effectively, he must first be at peace and in order with himself. In conclusion, prioritize your well-being and align your actions with your inner values. By doing so, you not only enhance your own life but also become a beacon of authenticity and support for others. Remember, in the journey of life, you are the captain of your ship. Steer it wisely. You will have unrealistic expectations of people. In this segment, we delve into the complexities of human expectations and the wisdom of Stoic philosophy in managing them. The Stoics, ancient philosophers known for their practical approach to life, taught the importance of accepting circumstances as they are. They believed that our happiness shouldn't hinge on others' actions. This idea resonates deeply when we consider our interactions and relationships. Often we give generously, pouring our heart and soul into helping others. Yet, deep down, there's a part of us that expects the same level of commitment in return, especially when we find ourselves in need. But here's a thought-provoking twist. By consistently solving problems for others, we inadvertently set a precedent. People start to assume that we can manage everything, including our own challenges, without help. This leads to a cycle where our expectations for mutual support remain unmet, leaving us with feelings of disappointment, fatigue, and frustration. However, if we step back and view this situation through a Stoic lens, we realize that people aren't necessarily failing us. Instead, they are doing exactly what we should be doing too, focusing on our responsibilities. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them." This quote is particularly relevant here. If we adjust our perspective and approach our interactions with a sense of emotional detachment, not expecting anything in return for our deeds, we can maintain our peace of mind. This doesn't mean we should stop helping others, but rather, we should help without the burden of expectation. By doing so, we cultivate a sense of inner tranquility and resilience, essential qualities for navigating the complexities of life and relationships. Remember, in the grand tapestry of life, it's our judgments and expectations that often weave the threads of discontent. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we can reframe these threads into a pattern of serenity and self-reliance. You will be seen as weak and treated as such. Stoicism, a philosophy that has stood the test of time, teaches us the importance of inner strength and self-control. It's about setting boundaries and practicing self-discipline, not just for our own sake, but to convey to others that we are steadfast in our responsibilities and values. This, in turn, earns us respect, rather than being seen as weak. When you're constantly helping others, always available, always saying yes, you might think you're becoming an indispensable authority in your collaborative efforts. However, this could be sending the opposite message. Without boundaries, people may start to perceive you as someone who lacks the backbone of a leader, someone who can be easily burdened with their responsibilities because they know you won't refuse. This is where the magic of no comes into play. The moment you start to assertively use this word, a remarkable transformation occurs. Those around you begin to feel something they never expected to feel towards you: respect. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote beautifully encapsulates the essence of our discussion. By controlling our responses and setting clear boundaries, we not only preserve our inner peace, but also command respect from those around us. So as you navigate through the complexities of life and relationships, remember the wisdom of Stoicism. It's not about being inflexible, but about knowing when to say no, and in doing so, demonstrating your strength and earning the respect you deserve. This is a crucial lesson for all of us, as we strive to balance our desire to help with the need to maintain our own integrity and self-respect. You'll attract only people who need and never those willing to give. In our journey through life, it's essential to understand the magnetic power of our own energy and how it shapes the relationships we forge. Our energy is like a beacon, sending out signals that attract people who resonate with its frequency. When we're brimming with positivity, hard work, and joy, we become magnets for those who share these uplifting qualities. They bring into our lives a sense of generosity, enthusiasm, and a spirit of giving. However, there's a flip side to this. If we're not mindful, we might find ourselves giving too much, to the point where our energy dips into lower frequencies. This shift doesn't go unnoticed. It attracts people who are drawn to this diminished energy, those who take more than they give, leaving us drained and depleted. These individuals, often pessimistic and opportunistic, latch onto our energy, extracting what they can without the intention or means to reciprocate. This is a crucial lesson in the art of giving and receiving. It's not about withholding our generosity, but being discerning in how we share our energy. By maintaining a balance, we ensure that we're not just givers but also receivers of the positive energy that fuels our journey. So, remember, the energy we emit is the energy we attract. Let's strive to keep ours vibrant and positive, inviting into our lives people who not only need but are also willing to give back in equal measure. This balance is the key to nurturing relationships that are not just fulfilling, but also sustaining, guiding us towards a life of harmony and mutual support. You could falling into addiction. In this segment of our journey, we delve into the realm of moderation and self-control, virtues highly esteemed by the Stoics. They taught us that the essence of wisdom lies in exercising restraint, especially in our acts of generosity. This practice shields us from the snares of addiction, ensuring we maintain a harmonious relationship with our choices and actions. Imagine a world where scarcity is a constant companion. In such a world, the seeds of addiction find fertile ground to grow. A day arrives when someone dear to you, with a gentle yet concerned voice, points out that perhaps you're indulging a bit too much. It might not be something as benign as mineral water. It could be excessive eating, drinking, or even gambling. It's natural, almost reflexive, to meet these observations with denial and anger, to raise your voice in defense, claiming you have everything under control. This reaction, however, is a telltale sign of being so deeply entangled in a problem that you fail to see it for what it is. Remember, those who truly care for you act as mirrors, reflecting back the truths we often miss. Their words are not to chastise but to guide. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Listen to these voices of concern with an open heart. They are the lifelines thrown to you, helping you to step back from the precipice of addiction and regain your footing on the path of wisdom and moderation. Let their guidance be your beacon, illuminating the path to a balanced and fulfilling life. You'll raise suspicions. In the realm of Stoicism, we are taught to steadfastly adhere to our virtues, irrespective of external perceptions. This philosophy champions the pursuit of living in consonance with our deepest principles and values, thereby cultivating an authentic reputation that stands resilient against baseless doubts and suspicions. The stark reality, however, is that the world is not brimming with genuinely kind-hearted individuals. Thus, if you embody true kindness, you might paradoxically evoke suspicion rather than admiration or gratitude. It's an unfortunate truth that when you extend your kindness, people may begin to question your motives, pondering what lies beneath your benevolent facade. This skepticism doesn't necessarily mean you're surrounded by distrustful individuals. It could simply be a reflection of a more pragmatic worldview. In a world where overzealous kindness is often a mask for darker, ulterior motives, it's a common protective instinct to be wary of such overt displays of generosity. People have learned, sometimes through bitter experience, that those who appear overly eager to help often conceal intentions that are anything but benevolent. It's a sad commentary on the state of human interactions, but it's a reality that can't be ignored. In summary, while Stoicism teaches us to live virtuously and authentically, doing so in a world where genuine kindness is rare can lead to misunderstandings and suspicions. The lesson here is to remain true to your principles, despite how others may perceive your actions, understanding that such reactions are often rooted in a realistic, albeit cynical view of human nature. You'll have many buts. The ones that only come to you when they need something. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that emphasizes discernment and wisdom, offers valuable insights into this aspect. It teaches us the importance of self-control and objectivity, enabling us to distinguish between genuine individuals and those who seek to exploit our kindness. This discernment becomes crucial when we encounter fair-weather friends, those who remember us only in times of need. Reflecting on the teachings of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, who said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future," we understand the significance of being present and mindful in our relationships, not swayed by the uncertainties of future interactions. In the modern context, it's not uncommon to find ourselves in situations where we feel used, akin to the way employees or collaborators are often excluded from personal gatherings like coffee or a beer, only to be approached when needed. This might seem logical in a professional setting, but in personal relationships, it can feel unfair and one-sided. As men navigating these waters, it's essential to develop strategies to prevent being taken advantage of, while still maintaining our integrity and openness to genuine connections. In the upcoming segment, I will delve deeper into these strategies, offering practical advice that resonates with the contemporary challenges we face, ensuring that our journey through life and relationships remains balanced and fulfilling. Now let's look at the strategies to prevent people from using you. The first strategy: to prevent being used by others. Listen to your feelings. They are your inner compass. Drawing inspiration from the Stoic principle of self-awareness, this approach emphasizes the significance of tuning into your emotions and feelings. The Stoics, with their profound understanding of the human psyche, championed self-reflection as a tool to comprehend our reactions and needs. When you listen to your feelings, you gain insight into whether your generosity is tipping into excess, potentially leading to emotional exhaustion. This awareness allows you to recalibrate your focus and strike a healthier balance in life. Consider how you feel when you extend help to others. Ideally, such acts of altruism should elevate your spirits, akin to the sensation of walking on clouds. However, if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, drained, angry, or exploited, it's a clear signal from your emotions that it's time to pause and listen. Remember, as Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." If helping others, especially when it's not an obligation, leads to discomfort, it's crucial to confront this truth. Acknowledging these feelings is the first step in understanding how your acts of assistance impact your well-being. By doing so, you not only protect yourself from being used but also ensure that your help remains a source of joy and fulfillment, both for you and those you aid. Strategy number 2: embrace the power of no. In the realm of Stoicism, we are taught to value our time and energy as precious commodities, to be distributed with intention and balance. This philosophy aligns seamlessly with the art of saying no, particularly in moments where we feel burdened or when requests seem unjust. The word no, often shrouded in connotations of negativity and pessimism, can be a formidable challenge to utter. Yet, it's a vital tool in our arsenal for maintaining autonomy and self-respect. Consider the wise words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus. "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This sentiment echoes the importance of asserting boundaries. When we fail to say no, we risk a life mired in negativity, overwhelmed by demands that exceed our capacity. It's essential to practice this skill, perhaps starting with rehearsals in front of a mirror, reminding ourselves that saying no is not just a right but a necessity for preserving our freedom and safeguarding against undue stress and risk. In today's fast-paced world, where the lines between personal and professional life often blur, the ability to say no becomes even more crucial. It's a declaration of our values and priorities, a testament to our understanding of our limits. By mastering this skill, we not only protect our well-being, but also set a precedent for how we allow others to treat us. It's a profound lesson in self-care and respect, one that resonates deeply with the Stoic principle of living in harmony with our true nature. Remember, saying no is not a sign of weakness but a bold statement of strength and self-awareness, a guiding light in the journey of wisdom and personal growth. Strategy number 3, respecting your own time and space. Picture this: you've set aside time for yourself, maybe to practice yoga, draw, or simply enjoy a cup of tea with your favorite music. This is your time, a sacred space you've carved out in your busy life. It's as important as any meeting or appointment, and you should treat it with the same seriousness. Now, imagine someone asks for your help during this precious time. Here's where the Stoic principles of self-discipline and self-respect come into play. You have the right to say no without feeling guilty. It's not about being uncooperative, it's about respecting your own needs. You can offer to help at another time, but make it clear that your availability is limited. Remember, you have your own life to attend to. There was once a wise man who lived by the sea. Every day people would come to him seeking advice, and he would always help them. However, he never let these requests interfere with his morning walk by the shore. This was his time to reflect and recharge. People learned to respect this boundary, understanding that to get the best of him, he needed this time for himself. So, my friends, value your time and space as much as you value helping others. It's not selfish, it's necessary for your well-being. By setting these boundaries, you're not only respecting yourself but also teaching others to respect you. Remember, a life well lived is one where you take care of both yourself and others, but never at the expense of your own peace and happiness. Strategy number 4, identify energy vampires and distance yourself from them. In our journey through the Stoic path, we often encounter individuals who, rather than uplifting us, tend to drain our energies. This brings us to strategy number 4, identifying and distancing ourselves from these energy vampires. As we embrace the Stoic virtues of self-discipline and discernment, it becomes crucial to distinguish between relationships that enrich our lives and those that deplete our emotional reserves. By consciously stepping away from those who consistently sap our energy without contributing positively, we are not just practicing self-care, but also exercising Stoic self-control in our interpersonal connections. Now, you might feel compelled to help these energy vampires, believing that your support could transform their outlook. However, this is a path fraught with challenges. These individuals often immerse you in a deluge of complaints, personal pains, and a catastrophically negative view of life. It's vital to recognize that your efforts to help may be in vain. They are not seeking solutions. Their complaints are a part of their identity, and to cease complaining would be to lose a part of themselves, a prospect they are unlikely to embrace. Remember the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." In the context of energy vampires, this teaches us the importance of listening and observing before we act. It's through careful listening and observation that we discern the true nature of these relationships. By applying this wisdom, we align ourselves with the Stoic practice of thoughtful action and emotional resilience. In summary, strategy number 4 is about recognizing those who drain us and choosing to distance ourselves for our own well-being. It's a testament to the Stoic principles of self-discipline and discernment, guiding you to foster relationships that are mutually enriching and emotionally sustainable. As we close this chapter on the dark side of kindness, 8 surprising ways. Excessive generosity can harm you. Let's take a moment to reflect on the Stoic principles we've explored today. Remember, the path to wisdom is not just about acquiring knowledge, but also about applying it in our daily lives. I encourage you to ponder on how you can strike that delicate balance between generosity and self-preservation, ensuring that your kindness is a source of strength, not a drain on your resources. I'd love to hear how you plan to implement these Stoic teachings in your life. Will you start saying no more often? Or perhaps you'll reassess how you prioritize your time and energy. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could be a beacon of guidance for someone else on their Stoic journey. Thank you for being a part of the Stoic in Your Life community. Your engagement and insights make this channel a true sanctuary for growth and learning. If you found value in this video, please like and share it so others can benefit from the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. And if you're not already a subscriber, consider joining us on this enlightening journey. Together, let's embrace the Stoic way, transforming challenges into opportunities for personal growth and happiness. Remember, every step you take on this path enriches not just your life, but also the world around you. Let's continue to grow and thrive together.